guys, welcome back to another video in Turtle God Gaming. And today, I'll be showing you some of the new mechanics in Minecraft version 24W34A, the latest snapshot. Ooh, wrong button. We'll boot up a new world. Commands on, experiments, Redstone experiments, minecart experiments. We can just leave out these, but the bundle. Do creative. We don't want any mobs ruining our experiments. We want super flat world and create. That was fast. Okay, so first up, many of you might have heard that Redstone is randomized. Now we'll see if that is true. That is actually incorrect because that was in the last snapshot and it was removed in this snapshot. So as you can see, only this synth moves. But if I just set up one tick, then it's going to be this one. Okay, next up we have the very viral, very popular Minecraft railgun or particle accelerator. So first, let's get powered rail, then a redstone torch. We can also get a minecart. So just put it like this. Now minecarts are very slow. Credits Camman18. They usually move like this, or if you want that represented on a straight line, it's gonna be wooden block. One here. You can see that it moves pretty slowly. Not the kind of speed we want if we were escaping somewhere. Maybe a roller coaster. We don't want this to go slow, right? But in the latest snapshot, the game has added a command to change minecart max speed. Now the default is going to be 8 blocks per second, but if we set that to the maximum, see we can't go past this, it's 1000, then minecarts can go this fast. And then if we shorten the route even further, then we can get just set up like this. As you can see, we have a really fast minecart. Let's try getting this one, shall we? You see, fast. But a lot of you might be asking, yeah, I know about this. So how do you make particle accelerator? Well, first, you need to know something about minecarts. Minecarts build up speed. So a power rail adds 6.5 blocks per second. And when a minecart passes over it, so we have to, and now the maximum speed is 1000 blocks per second. So we will have to wait for it to build up. So let's do this. Now, if we put a level here, nothing happens. But if we flick it back again, wait, oh, I forgot to place a rim. And then we flip it back again, it changes direction. So what we have to do is replace this with this. Put it up. Place power rails all the way to the top to maintain its top speed. However, some of you, after finishing building this, waiting, and then launching it, will find out why does it only go like 10 blocks? That's because you forgot to break the top rail. And because minecarts stick to rails, they're gonna go horizontal and not up. So it's gonna reduce the maximum range. Now what we can do is push this minecart. Wait. Time. Now in the meantime, I'll teach you guys how to make a really fast redstone clock. So some of you might just be doing this, setting this to max, like all the big YouTubers tell you to. Just place this here, and you just do this. But no, this is not the fastest, because when you try and do this, the signal becomes too fast and the entire signal clock is destroyed. Now, this is the best way and the cheapest way to make. So just do this. So as you can see, it is now moving at an extremely high rate. Now if we just being lagged out by it. That means Minecraft can't process that fast. Now, back to our minecart experiment. I think our minecart has charged up, built up speed for long enough. So on the count of 3, we're gonna flick this lever and see how far it goes. 3, 2, 1, fire! Now see, that's way further. However, that's because I still didn't break it. Now that's my mistake, I forgot. Now I'm just gonna go break the top rail and repeat the experiment. So we're gonna leave that part there as a marker. Now flip this back. Redo the experiment. Now it's going. Well, now would be a good time to teach you all. Well, not all of you, just someone who wants to know more about redstone. First of all, Minecraft has a few different redstone activators. These input a redstone signal. For example, the redstone torch and the redstone block over here, they always emit a signal. So if you put this here, this is indefinite. This is also indefinite. However, the lever has to be flipped on to produce a redstone signal. And once it's flipped off, no more redstone signal. Now the button is a bit different. When you press it, it releases a redstone signal for a short period of time, and then it goes out again, as you can see here. These sources can interact with each other. For example, if a redstone block is placed under a redstone torch, the torch will go out. Now, this is also the case with this, because redstone torches input a signal into the block above. So this will be similar to this and put this torch out. But once we break this torch, that torch turns back on. Now this can also be manipulated like this, but now this doesn't work because we're directly powering the torch, which doesn't work. We need to place a block here, and then we can turn the torch off. So remember, the block under it has to be powered, not the torch itself. Now we can make a few cool things with this. We can make a signal transferring device. I'm sure some of you will be interested to hear this. So let's say, let me add one more layer. Let's say I want this torch to turn on. What should I do? Right, this. Now the torch is turned on. This is just a chain reaction. Moving on, now we have different components of redstone. like comparator and the repeater. Ooh, I put that wrong way. Now, the comparator is what's most interesting about Redstone, because it can detect different things. For example, Redstone signals from the side and the back. We can also detect the order of stuff in a chest. So how many items are in the chest? So if it's full, then it will produce a maximum signal of 15. But if there's nothing, then it will not produce a signal at all. That's proportionate. And then there are also, wait, let me just I can set this to no. This we take the back signal and then we compare it with the side signal, and then we only input the stronger signal. So this will be coming onto here. However, if we flip this so that this little torch is on, then we'll take the strength of the back signal and then we subtract this. So as you can see, this is closer to this by 1. So the subtract will be 1 redstone signal. So only this will be powered. See here, power 1, and then those are all just zeros. Now repeaters have a few different functions. As most of you know, they can delay a signal. So if you put a piece of redstone dust here, and we put this torch, it's instant. But if you do this, you have to wait a bit. Now this can be tinkered with and manipulated. Like, for example, Sammy Yuri, the redstone genius who built the Minecraft computer, also used mostly repeaters. Now repeaters can also create locks. So let's say I want to power this piston here. And if I do this, then as you can see, this is locked. So even if I break this, it's still powered because the signal is locked in. But as soon as I take away this torch, the signal gets unlocked, and then the signal will be gone. Now, those are the main functions of redstone components, but there are also some others. But I'm gonna cover them in the next video. Watch out and look out for my next video and subscribe for more. Okay, now back to this. As you can see, I can't really even see it anymore, so I'm just gonna go and release, and as we can see, that thing went flying. Not that further, but further, a few blocks further. What happens when we destroy? Now I have a little theory I want to test, like a shorter barrel can produce, no, because a longer barrel will make more accurate shots, but then we'll be wasting momentum because the max speed is already 1000 and this is an upward slope. So we will just take our minecart and then push. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is sticky pistons, slime and honey. Now these things are essential if you want to make a good contraption. Now later on in this video, I'll be covering different basic redstone. So as you can see, just do this, and if you give it power, we can push it. Now that was a sticky piston, but if we do the same thing with the regular piston, the difference is the slime texture. As we break them, we'll find that this sticky piston can grab blocks, and the normal piston doesn't. Now, the slime block gives for an extended range, so we can do something like this. And if we just power, and then we can unpower, and then we can drag the entire thing back. Now we can also do this like grab, and then we can take this entire thing back. Notice how if I do the same thing in a regular piston, it doesn't work because it has to be sticky piston to stick onto anything, even though this whole block is slime. Now, honey blocks act a bit differently from slime blocks. First of all, they sound really nice. Next, we repeat the experiment, but with honey blocks, we will find that it also works. Now, honey blocks are easier to get, but sometimes slime blocks are necessary. Example, you can observer. Now, a lot of you might have seen this on YouTube or built this kind of machine yourself. But for those who have never seen this before, this is a Redstone flying machine. Its design is pretty simple. It's just an observer. Note that the face light thing has to be facing outward, not inward. And the piston has to be facing in the opposite direction to the observer. Just repeat the same. And then, if we give this observer power, then we'll find that it can move on its own, like a plane. Now, if you want to move on this, first you have to break and then you will have to put preferably a few slime blocks over here, so you can make a little seat for yourself and get in a boat. The boat's not necessary, but the boat's to keep you safe. I'll just put the boat here. Sit. Now, we don't need these. Give this power, and as you can see, it keeps moving. Now, I'll just get in here. And as you can see, we're on an airplane. We also built this in an upwards version, but the upwards version is much harder to do. For example, let's do this. The orientation doesn't matter. Then, now there's a myth spreading on the internet that the same can be done with honey blocks. But this myth, I've actually never tried it, so you and I are going to be witnesses to this. So we do the same setup, but we use honey blocks this time. We also put honey blocks over here, and then we do a sticky piston over here. Now, this is how this works. And yes, it works. Now, this is actually because of the similar property of slime blocks and honey blocks. Now, in this video, I've talked a lot about boring redstone, so we're going to go back to our railgun. Now, as you can see, our flying machine is still going. Now, if we release you can see, it flies in the middle, so a longer barrel does help. Now for the benefits of the new minecart improvements. For example, let's say I want a villager from that village over there, and I want it to be transported to my railgun machine to be launched into space. Well, not technically into space, but now you may wonder, most people just put the villager in a boat and start rowing. Yes, rowing on land. Well, maybe not entirely on land, to the ocean, but through the ocean back to where they want the villager to go, maybe a villager trading hall. But this is slow, because villagers don't really spawn on water, so they sometimes do spawn on water, but that's rare. So we want a more efficient way of, as you can see, our line is already really overextended. We will just add the finishing touches. This is taking way too long. We're getting pretty close, but I'm gonna stop here because this line is already long enough. So I'm just gonna light up the entire thing. Then now we have to make sure that no rails are unpowered. Otherwise, those would slow down the machine instead of making it faster. For speed, I'm just gonna put wrestling coaches everywhere. It's not really about aesthetics, you know? Now we're almost there. Now we're done. Let's say we have a villager over here. And the ender pearls are way faster. You can see, we're already at the end. Do is we're gonna place that upload as well. Facing the same direction, and I'm gonna spawn a villager. First, let me break the rail. Now we have a villager in the boat. I kinda need you to go away. In the minecart. Now we have a villager and a minecart. Now for speed comparison, now we're even going to give a little lead. Now we're going to push the villager. As you can see, it goes. I can't. Now my simulation distance is already 32 chunks, and I can already no longer see it. Now if we were to do the same thing with the villager, just look at the boat. just wondering. Go. Now a glitch that I don't know if it has been patched or not is to put the boat in the minecart. What you want? Now we want to connect this to the original rail, so we can. Now the village is going pretty slowly, so we have time. Now power rails can't be used as as we can see. To freeze, so we can do this experiment better. Now we just do this. Now the minecart can't be pushed because the game is frozen. I'm gonna go and place down a boat. Or I try and get the same setup. I'm going to unfreeze the game. Now we have a villager and a boat. Now, stop. Look, the first one came back. Now we're gonna send it back. Then we're gonna wait for this really slow minecart to try and climb up. See, it's kind of picking up speed. Now we're gonna take. See, it's already gone. Now we're gonna take our little. Let's do that. Now we're gonna try and find our little friend here. Now we're gonna come and sit in the boat. Our friend is still here. Now we are already. What we're gonna do is to freeze. I'm only gonna do this one more time. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to place the boat down. So there's a villager. I'm gonna break 2 rails over here, so. Oh, let's go. Now, as you can see, we already have the same setup. Now we are going! And now we can go back. Now we can also have 360 revision. Now I think that's That's pretty cool. Well, that's all for today's episode. I'm going to watch this guy to make sure he doesn't escape back to his village. Well, in the next Hero God gaming video. Goodbye.